Good to see you again. We have very important 2 games. Our target is the same like I told you before the first game. We want to come to African. We came to African after a long time, and we want to do it again and again and again and again. I think we did a good job until now. We play very good in Ivory Coast, but at the end of the day we lost. Then we came and we play against, I think, the main competitor with us, Sierra Leone, which is a good team. You saw they won last game against Ivory Coast. We won against them with a lot of good mentality, and then we drew here with 0-0. We came to the games against Chad with a lot of injuries and players that are not here, but I think the team show a lot of character, and we drew here and we won away without 8 players. But this is the last time that I will mention that we was without players, but just to review. So we came to 3 points clear on Sierra Leone, and of course Ivory Coast is first place. They are the good team. They need only 1 draw to qualify, so I think our mission is to be against Sierra Leone to finish the second place. One of the 2, but second place is the most important. We come to African, which is a very good target for us. We know all the difficulties. I told you with the missing players and everything, but I think we show a lot of character in the last game. We need to build on this, and we need to be in our best, and we will do everything to be in our best. The first game and the second game. I don't think in any result it will finish in the first game. So the second game also will be very important. But you saw a lot of characters these games against Sierra Leone and against Chad. There is a room to improve. I think we are on the right way. There is a room to improve a lot, even I can say, but we are on the right way.
Thank you very much, Coach.
I want to say only one more thing. It's we had a lot of injuries. Still, a few of them are injured, like Patson Daka, long injury, and others that recover. But I want to wish well to players that had a bad injury, and they did well for the team in the past. And first, Lubambo Musonda, the captain, he had a surgery, was in a very good shape. He was fantastic in these games that he played. Also, Miguel Chawa that got injured here. Lubambo Musonda was injured in his club. Miguel was here. By the way, I think it was clear red card. They play very aggressive, but this is part of the game. But he also had a surgery, Edward Chilofa, 4 weeks, and also to Fashion Sakala that had a bad injury. And I wish them all to recover well and back to a normal life very soon.
Okay, thank you. I will now invite questions from your colleagues. I request that you introduce yourself and ask your question. Yes.
Good morning, Coach. My name is Avram Grant. Obviously, playing at home against Ivory Coast, you have a very good team, and playing away to Sierra Leone, who actually beat Ivory Coast away in Sierra Leone. And we're just 2 points behind Ivory Coast. So, from your own end, which one do you think is the most plausible game for Zambia to win to secure qualification? In second place, as you said, one of the 2 positions for us.
Look, it's a good question, but we cannot say, okay, we will give up about Ivory Coast and we'll play against Sierra Leone. We need to do our best against Ivory Coast. Also, last year we played against them. Okay, we played with all the players was fit, but we played against them and we won. Even everybody saw that we will lose, and we played well. So in football, everything can happen. I have a lot of respect to Ivory Coast. All the players are key players in the clubs in Europe. We don't have players like this, but we have a good spirit. We are playing like a team and we have a good spirit, and I think with this we can achieve a good result. But I cannot say here we'll put effort. No, we put efforts in these 2 games, and our target is just very simple. When the 2 games this will finish, we'll be in African.
Yes.
Morning, Coach. My name is Brian from US TV. The last time around, Zambia played against Ivory Coast. Obviously, Ivory Coast were the host of that particular tournament, and less pressure going to the game against Zambia. But this time, it's 50-50. They could be in, they could be out. It's the same as Zambia. What approach or what is it that you're inculcating in your players to have it in mind that these are two different games compared to the one that we had against them the last time around, knowing too well that this time around they're also fighting for a slot?
I don't think that it was no pressure. I think it was a lot of pressure before the last game against Ivory Coast. It was the game that I feel the most big pressure that I had, because if we don't win against them last time, we are out of Africa, and or they had a chance that we will be out. So I think it was a lot of pressure before the last game, and also need to reduce the pressure to say to them that everything is possible. We play against team. I remember the last game that their president announced that because they didn't obey a good result, that he want a good result against us, and he will give them bonuses and everything. So they came, and I know from them because the technical director Dindan was my player, and he told me that he came. So I don't know what you're talking about. It was, I think, it was a lot of pressure because we need the point to qualify against team that was. So I think it's the same situation now. We need the points. We need to think about ourselves. Of course, tactically we'll think about the other team, but we need to think that we need the points. And this. The other thing that I told you, this is one thing that I say to my players, that I said in all my clubs. I think pressure is good. I think I achieved in football a lot of good results in my life, more than bad results, and so I think I did it because there was pressure. Pressure always pushed me to achieve the best. Pressure can push the players. I know that pressure can make people also freezing, but we are going on the good side. I don't see many players that threw against a team 0-0 at home and then come without 8 players. The pressure was huge, because if you don't win against them, we are in a bad situation, and we won. And I think one of this is the pressure. I never ignore the pressure. I like the pressure. I think that's what I say to my players always, and I say to myself. I think that the pressure also pushed me to achieve things. Why we have pressure now? Because we want to achieve to Africa. We want to go to Africa. If it wasn't the last on the table and no pressure, it's not fun.
Yes.
You regretted the injuries that in the team, Pastor Dat and the legs. Also mentioned that Passion Saka is it a signal that is in your plan now to come back?
I will not speak about this, but we need to be human being. He played for the national team, and he did his best for the national team until he made a mistake, and he had a bad injury. I saw the injury, and personally, I have nothing. You need to know I have nothing personally against anybody of my players or anybody of here. Nothing personally. I care only about the team. I like all the players. I love them even when they make mistakes. But I need to put them in the place when they make mistakes, and I need to keep the harmony of the team. He had a bad injury, and I really wish him all the best, and I hope he will recover well and back to his, to normal life. And I saw him very happy. He's a strong guy. And in the meantime, also again, I want to mention this player that had the surgery. Unfortunately, it's happened not in the right time, but we hope that they will be good and back to also first to normal life and then to football. It's a bad injuries, but injuries is part of the game.
Yes.
Zambia last made it in the AFCON Qualifier some 9 years ago. How does it make you feel knowing that you're on the verge of taking Zambia back to AFCON back to back?
Look, I like history, but I like history, and also I can speak with you about my history and history. I check the history here, but history belongs to history, and it's good for memories and everything. Here we can create another history to go back to back, and I'm sure that this time if we come to AFCON, we learn from a lot of things that happened last time, and we'll do much better. But the first thing, we need to come. We have faced a very, very tough games, and we need to show a lot of character and spirit. It will not be easy, but it's possible. So I really want to do it back to back. And I hope it will be not just this, it will be good base for the future, that we'll know what we need to do to qualify. And it will be, I think Zambia deserve to do that. But for this also we need to improve some things that we can improve.
Yes.
Good morning.
I mean, the last time that Zambia and Ivory was to meet in the qualifiers, it was the last game was back in Leone, of which the team won. Now that you have most of your key players out injured, but of course you do have substantive players that you could just run us, or if you can share what it is like just thinking about the Ivory Coast encounter, and what are some of our strongest points that you think you can use against them?
I will not lie to you, it's a very tough game. You just need to see the players that came from the bench last game, and you see that each one of them is a key player in his club, which is in Europe, which this is one of our targets for the future. So they have a very good team. Our strength is a team. We are playing like a team most of the time, and this is the strength. The team is more important than anything. And we have a good players. I know that the players don't play in the high level like them, but these players create harmony and create a good team, and that's how we did it last time. I remember that we played last time. Everybody saw that we will lose 3-4-0. I remember this, and the difference between last time and this. Okay, yes, there is a player that injured, but this is a fact. With this, I cannot deal. I can also concentrate about the players. I think the players that I call to the team will create the good harmony, and this will be our strength.
Some question? Yes.
Mr. Brian, once again. I stand to be corrected, but if I heard you right the last time around, you talked about you having a list of about 40 players. Those that are almost mentioned and those that are just on the background. Now, with the number of players out injured, you obviously must have those that are coming in to fill in that space. On the local front, have you had a good number of players from the local league to come and fill up those gaps into your 40?
I have a list here. In the list, I don't write this is local, this is play in Europe, this is play in America, this is play. Only if I can contribute. Of course, let's be honest, when you train in Europe in the good pitches with the intensity of the game, they have advantage. Also, they took them from here because it was good here. So but it's advantage, but it's not the old story. They need to be good. Also, the players that come from Europe. But I don't divide them for this. When I choose a player, I choose if he can all the team. I have a list. It's now even more than 40 players. I think I saw league games more than all of you in the last 2 years. Every weekend I see at least 2 games. Last weekend was 4 games, and I follow the players. And when we have injuries, or not just injuries. If they are really good, we take them to the national team. But every player that I take to the national team, it's mean every player that is in the squad or in the final squad is a player that can contribute to us. And as you see, it's I try to make this squad stable. I try to make a lot of things stable, trainings and everything, that will be some stable squad. But the door is open. You see players that was in the squad and now they are not. There is a player that was not completely in the squad and they came to the squad. There is a player that was, even like Emmanuel Banda, was here, then he was not here, then he proved himself, and he is back with us again. It's the door is open for both sides. You need, as I say today, and I will keep the criticism. You need to show quality, passion, and that you have desire to present the national team. And I think it's the third national team that I coach. There is a difference when you present this, because in the club you present the club, also you need to give everything. But when you are a national team, I think it's a privilege. It's a privilege, and you can make things happen. Of course, I knew when I came here that I will not win all the games. If you see, even Manchester City and Real Madrid don't win all the games, not even one team. So I want to build the character. Also, what's happened when things are not going well, or as I found here in Zambia, also when things are going well, because I saw that a player that give one game good here, he become almost go to the presidency. No, they need to be good and they need to be consistent. And for this, we are working about the mental side, and I think this we have built something for the present, also for the future. But yes, I have names, but also this list is open. Sometimes I see player that is consistent, not good, so he's not in the list. Sometimes I see, so I put him. There is a player. Every time that I need to choose the squad, I have a headache. But I say always to the players, give me a good headache. I say even when I choose the 11, I said I want to be in a situation that I need to choose from all the squad that they give me headache, that anyone show that he can play, and that's why we have a list. So it's open. Yes, there is good local players that are in the national team, and there is on the list that I follow them.
Yes.
Coach, tentatively, Zambia only needs a point for them to advance to a qualification to 2025 AFCON. Just how difficult or easy will that be in both the Ivory Coast or Sierra Leone game? Because it can go either way depending on how both games go. But is it at all older for you in just thinking and planning?
When they need 1 point, you need to ask them. But what I can tell you also, if we do mathematically, we need 1 point here, 1 point here, and we qualify. If we make 1 point here, and even Sierra Leone, we win against Chad, and we would 1 point. But I cannot play like this. We need to do everything to win. I don't think also we have a team that know how to defend as a team for long term. So we need to attack, and we need to have a balance between this and this. And we don't need to think that the 1 point and 1 point here and 1 point there will be enough for us. And I think Ivory Coast is a proud team. They will come here to do everything to win, because they know that on the paper they are a better team. But the paper is for the paper. We need that it will stay on the paper.
Yes.
Coach, Elizabeth from Zambia, just to borrow from you, you said you love all the players and you want to put them in the position when they go out of work. I've seen on the list, I know you've talked about this several times on the issue of passion. Maybe if you can just comment why it's missing again on the list.
No, I will not say anymore. I think more than I spoke all my life about players that are not in the squad. I said everything what I say today. I speak only about, I don't speak about the injuries also. I speak only about the players that need to perform and bring us to Africa.
Yes, sir.
Morning, coach. Obviously, coach, you for the past last window and obviously this one you continue to have injured players. At least continues. Does that put pressure when you go into this encounter?
No, if it's pressure, it's a good pressure. Of course, I want all of them to be, to be fit. I want them, but what can I do? They're injured. We cannot do nothing about this. We need to concentrate, like I did in the last game. To concentrate. Also, by the way, against Sierra Leone, we missed players. We missed Patson Daka, and also Kampamba play like this, and Frankie Musonda and others. So when it's a fact, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not even put it in my head. I need to concentrate about this player, and that's all. Of course, that I want all the players to win the squad and give me, as I say, good headache for the coach. But unfortunately, they are not with us. They did very good for the national team. They tried their best. Injury is part of the game. We were sorry last game that it's happened with so many players. You can imagine that I'm not happy with this. But in the minute that this press conference will finish, I don't think about it. I think only about the players that we have.
Yes, Coach Nathan, obviously there are people that are criticizing you, and then there are those that are also supporting you. And so I would love to get it from you. If you were to be given a scale of 10, how would you rate your time as Zambia coach? Would you give yourself 8, 7, or out of 10? What score would you give yourself as coach for Zambia?
1.
Why is that?
I never rate myself. I'm joking.
Okay.
By the way, I never faced a question like this, but you know, I'm 51 years and 1 month as a coach. I always, it's always the first time. You know, in football, you cannot please everybody. You cannot please everybody because football, everybody is a coach. There is 20 million coaches here. In Ghana, I had 26 million coaches. In Chelsea, I had 2 billion coaches. So you cannot please everybody. Everybody has his own opinion. I think the result is speaking. We came to AFCON first time. We are in a position that we can go again, even with all the difficulties. And you only can compare to the past. So the last years before it didn't happen. So I think we are on the right way, and the job is done. Is good. I give 100% in every place that I'm doing, also here. So it is, but it's part of. Some people can say that. Some people can say that. It's part of the game. I have nothing against people that criticize me, and people that like what I did. This is one of our job to make people happy. You cannot make everybody's happy, but I wish. But you cannot, and this is why I like football so much. Me also, when I sit on the stand, I say, well, maybe I will do this, maybe I will do this. But I need to decide. I need to take the responsibility. I think if you compare to the years before, a lot of improvement. First by qualification and others, and second about I think there is a good team also for the future. And we have a lot to improve, as I said, but we are on the right way. I'm never happy for myself 100%. I always ask for myself more, but I think the job is good.
Yeah, just to avoid the squatting. What number would you give yourself?
No, I don't know. I never give myself.
Cosmos.
I leave it to you and to my wife, but she always not happy. So what I can say. I don't. My job is always to do better. That's how I see. By the way, that's also what I said to my children when they say it's my fault. I say no. Always think what you can do better. And my job is to do better and convince everybody in the pitch and off the pitch that they can do better. And one thing, even when I'm happy and I was achieve a lot in my life, if I can say, I always look what I can do better. And this will not change. In the minute that it will change, I will find other job. Maybe I will be a journalist. It's very good to speak about others, you know.
Well, Coach, writing on Julius' question.
Why didn't come on time?
I'm writing from another side.
So we are second choice. Okay.
Well, good to see you once again, Coach. But writing on Julius' question concerning injuries, last game the team experienced a lot of injuries, and there was need for a lot of players to step up. So I'd like to find out from you how would you rate the level of how a lot of players stepped up that you get a chance to play, but also what are you telling them coming into this game when it comes to them stepping up and writing the
I say what I say to all the players all my life. When you have a chance, take it. When you have a chance, take it. It's that I did when I was in England, when I was in India, when I was in every part. Football, you don't play with all the 11 all the times. Sometimes there is injuries, sometimes there is yellow cards. And we saw players that did a career from this. So that's what I say to my players. I say, when you come, take your place. Look, if I can speak with a player, but sometimes I'm very careful to speak about the players. You see players here that get a chance. And even with the player that got injured, not in his fault, came back last game, he was on the bench. This is what football. And players need to take their place, but to show that they deserve it. To show that they can contribute the team and make them. Of course, it's not easy situation. I think the players did a good job, and when the injuries will come back, it will be a very good competition, which I want. I want that in every position we'll have 2 top players. We are not there yet, but we will find a way for this. And that's all. That's all. That's what I say to you also. When you have opportunity, take the opportunity. Also in life, take it. Show that you deserve it. Show that people can trust you.
Michael, then we'll come.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sidney. Of course, my coach, I don't know if it's a good morning or good afternoon. Thank you so much for allowing us to talk to you. Maybe, you're the first one to take Zambia to the AFCON after, failed 3 attempts. Do you think you deserve more respect from people, especially those who criticize your way of doing things?
First, I must tell you, I don't read the media here, so don't be offended. Yes, it's I don't read when we win 3-0 against Ivory Coast and everybody see, because I'm concentrated about my job, and you need to do your job. I need to do my job. Sidney needs to do his job, and everybody needs to do a job. So I don't know what you're talking when you speak about criticism or even compliments. My compliments is when we achieve our target, and my compliments from me if we have a problem in the way, how we need to overcome them, because like in life we have problems, and this is my job. People that want to criticize, they can criticize. It's not a problem. It's part of the game. It doesn't matter if they are right or not. It doesn't matter at all. I don't pay attention to this thing. I need to be concentrated about the job, because I think in football is very interesting. If you take people that criticize them and to say what you're criticizing about, he will say, I don't like the right back. And that's to say, I don't like that they didn't call this player. Even then, there will not be one opinion, and I know it. So I need, me and my staff, a decision. Me need to think only how the team will be good, and if we have a problem, how we overcome the problem. This is the only thing that we this. And of course, if we do it well, how we win the next game. We want to win any game.
Of course, talking about the same critics, coach, a lot of people who criticize you based on your age. Do you feel you're too old to be a coach of the football? Of course, yourself, you have talked about being in the game for over 51 years.
I was very young coach. When I got 30 years old, they gave me to play they gave me a chance in the Premier League in my country. So they said, you're very young. I said to them, there is one thing that I'm asking you. Don't judge me by the age. Judge me about my quality. My age, I think, is a big advantage, because I have a lot of passion for football. I love football. I'm here only because of passion, because in my life, if I may say, I did well, and me and my family is okay, in case you were asking. And so I came because I have a passion to give from my experience and others, and I have experience. I think the age is advantage. You saw even the President of America today. So I think Ronald Reagan was the President of America. When he wanted to be elected, he was fighting with a guy that was 30 years younger than him. I said, what do you think about your age? He was 78. He said, don't worry, I will not criticize him because he's young. So what I want to say, everybody, they criticized me when I was young, too young to get it. Now people go, whatever it is. I judge myself by the quality, and I have only one rule. If I have less passion, I didn't coach. The last 10 years, I didn't, because after 40 years that I was coaching 25 hours a day, I decided to take a break. You know why? Because I felt that my passion was 3 or 5% less than I had before. When I don't have 100%, I'm going out. And then I came to other places when I wanted, and even here, because I feel 100% committed and 100% with passion. People will always find a reason to criticize, so what? It's a matter. Football is a matter of quality.
Yes.
The time is important. Coach, what are you telling the players with regards to qualification? Would you want to bury it in the home game against Ivory Coast or even the Sierra Leone one will be okay?
Say to the players, do everything before the first game. We don't speak with the players about the two games. We say to them that we have two games. Our target is qualify, and they need to do everything to win every game. This is our policy, every game. I said to you, I knew from the beginning, by the way, in any club that I was, or any national team, that I cannot win all the games. But our target is to win all the games, and that's what we want to do. It doesn't matter if the opponent is on the paper we are better or they are better. I told you there is a quote in my office that I showed them. We are not underestimating anybody, and we are not afraid from anybody. So we are following this.
Last question.
Coach, we've seen ecosystems with the centre backs, and also Franklin was on the bench in the first game against Chad and played just a few minutes against Chad again in the away game. Do you have a dilemma with the centre backs?
No dilemma, but I have a competition because now Sunzo back, Frankie back, and the other players that played did very well in the last two games. So it's a competition, which I want. I want that the players will compete. It's good that we have now in these two positions. Sometimes we play also with four players that prove themselves in the national team. All of them. And so it will be a competition. Then I will decide. I will see the trainings. I will decide, and then I will decide. By the way, we have also players that was in the squad, like Dominic Chanda, that was very good in the trainings. Almost he played last game. I like competition. So of course you're right. Sunzo and Frankie played. From different reasons they couldn't play. The other played and they did a good job. First, that's what I expect from them. This is why they're in the squad. And second, they deserve a chance.
Thank you very much. Just take note that tickets for the game are selling in all ShopRite outlets. There is the cheapest ticket going for 50 kwacha, 60 kwacha, 200 and 600. So we are counting on you colleagues to help spread the word and just make sure that the public is aware that
no, I thought that you asked them to buy tickets.
No, they should help us spread the message that the tickets are on sale. Thank you very much, colleagues. Let's meet when the team regroups in Ndola on Monday.
Okay.
Thank you.